The unmistakable New York skyline to the east. And we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The playoffs have arrived. It is the start of Super Wildcard Weekend, and off we go here on this Saturday. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. The drive begins with a run, and it's hauled. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Rodgers here on 2nd down. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
In danger of an opening 3 and out, they face 3rd and 10. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. It is 3rd and 10. Conklin goes in motion. On 3rd down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. First and 10 now from the 36. Right to the air, it's Fields. Into the hands of Pickens. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That's complete. Calvin Austin. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a 1st down. Here we go. They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Fields. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Now think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Here we go. 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. To the outside. Catch made by Pickett.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Here we go, sir. Here's 3rd and 2. They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Mike, you want to convert on 3rd down? Get the ball in your hands of your best players. And this guy, he is a playmaker. Whether it's out catching passes like he's used to or working as a runner instead.
Play action now for Fields. He's going to keep it himself.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Give up the middle to Harris. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Xavier Gibson now to take it out of the end zone. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Now Rodgers. He finds the veteran Keenan Allen.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A give up the middle with Hall. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Mike, these are the spots that if I was a play caller, I think I'm calling up something down the field. You know the defense is really packed in tight, anticipating a run. Now's the time, play action and throw it over their head. They take a little bit more of a conservative approach, still get stopped for no gain, brings up 3rd and short.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. He'll try to run for it with Hall. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. He'll find an open man. It's Allen. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. They go right back to Allen. He's got it again. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Medical staff going to take a look, see if he can continue here in this wild card round. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He dives, and what a catch for the first down. A give left side. Here comes Hall. Working his way for a short pickup to the 48. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, Rodgers. This one caught by Lazard. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Throwing, Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
3rd and 6. Rodgers. Catch made there by Allen. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
1 quarter in the books in round 1 of these AFC playoffs. It's the... They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
Back north.
Here's Hall. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Second down, Rodgers. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Wilson.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. They'll give it to Harris again. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll get this up to the 22.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Ready?
Hopkins sent in motion. On first down, right back to Harris. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Fields. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw is Fields. This one grabbed by Austin. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Fields now. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, That's when disaster strikes. Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Fields now on second down.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Can they keep this drive rolling? Here is 3rd and inches. Try to run for it with Harris. Trying to drive his way forward. I think he is short, and he is. That means 4th down coming up.
So often in these short yardage defensive situations, Mike, you just have to sell out and play the tendencies. In this case, they knew a run was coming. They stop it short for no gain. Brings up 4th down.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Fields to throw for it. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Rodgers. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
I hope we all appreciate just how difficult it is to throw the ball that well while on the run. And the way they teach it, Mike, is kind of cool. They actually teach the quarterback to disconnect your upper body from your lower body. Just keep your feet moving, and however your arm times up, just let it rip. And he does it about as well as you can ask.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Back with more of the AFC playoffs after this. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Another run here with Hall. And he's going to pick up the 1st down across midfield and down at the 49.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Back north.
Here's Rodgers. That's a short one taken in by Conklin.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Rodgers to throw. He finds his tight end, Conklin. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
In comes Michael Badgley for this field goal try. His kick is good. And the Jets are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll start at the 2. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
Here we go, son. You got a mini base. Line up. Go. Right.
First down. Fields. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. And this time they'll just keep it on the ground. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
Here we go. Up. Hey, can. Right.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Second down, it's Fields. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
So we are at halftime here in the AFC Wildcard matchup as we'll head down the coast now to Orlando That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. One team advances. One team's season ends here. Second half underway in the AFC Wildcard game. A couple yards deep. He'll bring it out of the end zone. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go, son.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Don't jump, ready?
Now a second down throw for Fields. Now a screen set up for Harris. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Throwing is Fields. He's got his man. It's Pickens.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They go play action with Fields. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
To throw is Fields. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. To throw, it's Rodgers. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
I like the call, using the screen as a drive starter to pick up a chunk play and get this offense into some rhythm. It's clear this offensive play caller anticipated the rush of the defense, and he was able to use it against them.
Shotgun snap, and a give to Hall. And he gets this up close to the 40. Peyton Wilson that time in on the stop. From the shotgun, it's A-Rock. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
First and 10. A give. Here's Hall. He'll get about 2. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. From the gun, Rodgers. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw is Fields. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That is brought in. Beautiful catch on the sideline. He's inbounds, but there is a penalty flag down, and that might wipe away the game.
Here we go.
Now Fields. That is caught downfield by Pickens. They gain 18 yards on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
we go. You good. Right.
They run it over center with Harris. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Another run here with Harris. Ooh. Whoa. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here we go.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Right.
Up the middle they go. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Here we go.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Extend. Go.
Fields to throw. He finds Austin with the grab. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Right.
Now a toss, left side for Harris. And he'll take this down to about the 15. Fields now on 2nd down. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Here we go, son.
Fields. Quick throw here is complete. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This about as short as you can get. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers go out to a 10-3 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's hauled. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 16 yards on the game, and a quick 1st down. One quarter remains here in this AFC wildcard matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. On first down, they go right back to Hall. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Hall.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. Rodgers. Open man is Lazard. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
It's 1st down, and it's Hall. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. On the run, here's Hall. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Hall. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
1st down for Aaron. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Hey, take 26.
To throw is Rodgers. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
A run here with Hall. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. throwing, Rodgers. He'll get that to Wilson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Medical staff will take a look, see if he can continue here in the wild card round. He'll try to run for it with Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll run. It's Hall. Good blocking, and he's in. Breece Hall. Touchdown, Jets. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Don't jump. Ready? Right.
Now it's a bootleg with Fields. Now he'll run it.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A give, and here comes Harris. Harris, first down, he's not done. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 21. That's a Steeler first down. He'll give it to Harris again. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, 10. Go.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He keeps it himself.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Open man, left side, he's got it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Fields. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Fields from the gun on third down. Taking off, he'll try to carry that ball loosely, and it is out. The Jets have got it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Rodgers to throw. This one caught by Lazard. And he's going to take this up to the 17-yard line.
These are some of the most difficult situations for a coach to handle because it's a combination of you have to be aggressive to go score. You're trying to win the game, of course, but there's also an element of time and clock management. So it's going to be very interesting to see the play selection over these next couple downs.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. It is 2nd and a yard. Here's Hall. And he's going to have a first down. Tackle made up at the 33-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Here's first down. They'll run it with Hall. And a short pickup there to about the 36.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
2nd down and 8. They'll drop to throw. Catch made there by Allen. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
third and short yardage, it's Rodgers. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10.
Jump out!
From the gun, Rodgers gets that one to the veteran Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Hall. He'll be brought down. Short pickup. It's at the 26. And they'll get the timeout called here. It comes with just 1 second left on the clock. Here's a big one now from Michael Badgley. This to win the game. So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This one he's got to have. This kick is good. And they are moving on. They survive and advance in the playoffs. So, this one in the win column for the Jets. They are moving on in these playoffs. Won't have a long time to celebrate this one. They have to get right back to work for the divisional round. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say goodbye from MetLife Stadium.